Roxette. DEET. Roxette. 033.
Hold on tight, you know she's a little bit dangerous. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
DEET. Roxette.
And I go la 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 la.
Good evening, Australia. I'm Kevin Hillier, and welcome to DEET Rocksat. Tonight, via the magic of satellites, we're bringing you probably one of the hottest bands in the world at the moment. We've actually been trying to track them down since they hit the top of the charts this time last year with their first single, The Look. Since then, there's been 5 top 10 hits, including another number 1. Of course, talking about Roxette, and Per and Marie are in the studios of Studio 33 at Broadcasting House, Swedish National Radio in Stockholm. Hi, and welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Listen, you must be really depressed at the moment, you two.
Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it?
It must be awful. You got the number 1 single in the country. It's off the number 1 album in the country. It's the number 1 film in the country. Oh, I mean, it must just be awful.
Yeah, it's sensational. It's really fantastic. It must have been Love was recorded in 1987. You know, it's an old song for us, and it's happening everywhere, all over the world. So it's really fantastic.
How did it come to be on the soundtrack of Pretty Woman? Were you asked about that?
Yeah, actually, we got a request from the Disney people who made the film if they wanted us to write a song for the soundtrack, and at the time we didn't have any time to do it, so we said we got this lovely ballad which we really liked, and asked if they could use that one, and they did, and we sort of rechanged the lyrics so it should fit the film a little bit better, and well, here we are.
Yeah, with the number 1 film and the number 1 song in the country, and the chance to talk to Per and Marie tonight. It's simple. You just pick up your phone. It's free right around the country. 008 033 300. Let's have a listen to that song we've been talking about. Here is Roxette on Rocksat. Here's tonight. We got Samantha listening to 2DU and Dubbo with a question. Go ahead, Samantha.
Call your album Look Sharp.
That's mainly because we're in Dress for Success. That's a sort of a lyric which says "look sharp," you know, in the middle. So we thought it was a good title for the album, and also we got this song called "The Look," so it made sense. Don't you like it?
Yes, I love it.
Okay.
Thanks for your call, Samantha. We've got Daniel now listening to Triple M in Sydney. Which question, Daniel?
Marie, what's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you in your career?
Well, I think it was when I started to sing when I was 6 years old. It was the most embarrassing thing in my whole life.
You turned all red, or what?
Yes, I turned all red.
in front of whom, Marie?
It was in front of very old ladies who was having a kind of a meeting, and all the neighbors in the little village where I come from, and my mother, she was one of them, and she had said to them, "Oh, I have a daughter, she can sing very well." So, so it was very embarrassing for me, but it was the first time in my life when I was singing in front of an audience.
Do you get embarrassed now? When you get on stage?
No.
Nervous?
I love to be on stage.
She gets embarrassed when I start to sing.
Well, sometimes, of course, it's very nervous, but I love my job, and I think it's the best moment in my life when I can be on stage.
Daniel, thanks for your call.
Yeah.
Now we got Alison now listening to K-Rock in Geelong. Alison?
Who are your favourite artists and why?
There's so many good artists around. I think the biggest influences in my life is the Beatles. I mean, without the Beatles, I don't think I would started writing songs from the start. So if I should pick just one artist, I pick the Beatles.
Yep.
Marie?
I think Joni Mitchell is my favorite, and I have all her albums, and I don't know if you know her, but she is a very, very good Canadian singer. And she's done a lot of albums, and a very, very special lyric writer.
Yeah, she's had some big hit records and big albums here in Australia.
Yeah.
Alison, thank you for your call.
Okay, thanks.
And like all our
Thank you.
callers tonight, Alison will get a copy of Look Sharp, and let's take another track for it on Rocksat. This is Sleeping Single.
This is Marie.
And this is Per, and
we are
Roxette.
Roxette. And you just heard Sleeping Single.
And you can phone in and talk to us on 0080333 and we'll be back after this break.
Roxette, right across Australia, and tonight we're taking you to Stockholm, where Per and Marie from Roxette are in the studios there, and ready to talk to you on 008 033 300. Robin has dialed that number. Robin, here's your link to Roxette.
Hi, what is your reaction to being called the ABBA of the 90s?
Oh.
Well, ABBA was a very, very good band, and they have done a lot of very good songs, and well, of course, we're very proud of them. But I don't think that we have so much in common. I think our music is more rock and roll.
It's quite hard to live up to. I mean, ABBA was one of the greatest bands in the world in history, so it's we don't really think about that too much. I don't, anyway.
Do you think the fact that you both came from Sweden is the reason why people just keep kind of pushing you and ABBA together?
Yes.
Yes.
Robin, thanks for your call.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we've got Mark now listening to 3TR in Sale. Mark, what's your question?
What got you both interested in music?
I got interested through my older brother. He was like a big Beatles fan, so he sort of played all these records for me when I was a kid, when I was like 6, 7 years old. So it was through my brother, and actually I didn't want to play any instrument myself. I just wanted to write lyrics when I started when I was 12 or 13 years old. So it was a bit later when I started playing guitar. I think it was 16 or 17 years old.
Having introduced you to music, Per, is your brother in music himself?
No, he's a lawyer.
Right. How about you, Marie?
Well, I started very early. I come from a very musical family, and I started to play piano when I was a little girl, and I've always been loving to listen to all kind of music, jazz music, classical music, and but when I think it was 16, 17 years old, I started a music school, and I wanted to be a voice teacher, but I think it was too boring. I wanted to be a performer myself, so and I started to listen to a lot of rock and roll music, the Beatles, the Stones, and the old guys, and here I am.
Talking to us tonight, and talking to Mark
Yes.
there. Thanks, Mark.
Okay, thanks a lot. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we got Melinda now listening to New FM in Newcastle. Melinda?
Marie, how did you both meet?
How we met each other?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's a long time ago. We met in a very small town on the west coast in Sweden called Halmstad, which is Per's hometown, and I lived there for 10 years. And that kind of a small town, all the musicians know each other very well, and we shared rehearsal studio, and became very, very good friends. And in '85 we started to think about the idea to start a group called Roxette and start to write in English and sing in English. So the first album we were doing was in '86, was called Pearls of Passion, but it was not released in Australia or in the rest of the world. It was only in Scandinavia. So, well, yes, I think it's a long time ago now.
So there was actually
We met each other.
There was actually a 5-year gap between when you met and when you actually got to work together. Did you know when you met that you would probably finish up working together?
No, not at all. We were in different bands at the time, and both Marie and myself, we had big successful careers in Sweden. We were doing Swedish records in the Swedish language. So the first thing we done in English was the first Roxette album.
Oh,
and
right.
the main reason for starting Roxette was that we wanted to try to get abroad, trying to maybe have a top 20 hit in Germany or something like that, try to get into Europe. And we thought we might as well do it together, since we both have this ambition.
Well, now that you've
So,
done it, obviously you'll be retiring, will you?
Not yet.
No, can't say blame you. Melinda, thanks a lot for your call.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And as we bring you Roxette on Roxette tonight, let's have a listen to Cry.
DEET. Roxette.